I've got an itch to be scratched. I have something to say and I want somebody to hear and I want somebody to understand why this is happening. And I want to understand as well why this is happening. I want to understand who decided this right here, right now. And I want to figure out why this is happening. I have so many questions, but I have something to talk about today. So for most of you who don't know, I love Rec Room. That's what I post a lot of. That's what I play a lot too, and I have something to talk about it. I really don't understand how or who in the department of whatever that organizes RecCon, which is another thing I'm going to be talking about as well. It's kind of intertwined with it, and it's about RecCon and its events, mainly canceling out player created events. So for most of you who don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, which is probably maybe a couple of you, maybe not, maybe you do know what Rec Room is, I just wanted to really get this off my back. So RecCon is a thing in Rec Room where you can in-game go to this virtual convention about Rec Room. It's got booths for creators who get approved by Rec Room, so keep in mind about that. And it's got developers who host events and who will talk about Rec Room, and it's also got events from players, which is not anymore in RecCon, and that's the main focus of today. Rec Room is such a community like involved game, and slowly, it's turning into a thing where it's not much so that way anymore. It's also I'd like to say it's more of an exclusive. It's more of like seeing itself as an exclusive kind of game to like those who represent. It's hard to talk about without like making zero sense at all. And I'm probably going to like try to make some sense at the end of the video, the near the end of the video when I get this out of the way. But what's going on right now is if you were in RecCon at any other times before now, before this September 10th, the next RecCon, there will be no more player led events like community based events. There will be none of those. Nobody who is not of Rec Room official status is going to be making a player-led event. And let me show you something. Let me show you something huge. And before I go into that, but I don't know who is considered like of official status to have retcon events, but what I'm led on is keywords of staff and Rec Room officials. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be quite honest. If I see one single person who is so close to just a content creator or a creator or just like an average person like that really has no tie in Rec Room or is like just a really just a top creator kind of person with Rec Room, I'm going to be mad. And the people who I will excuse are creative team members of active moderation, actual staff members. I will be mad if I see some group or top creator or content creator or any of the sort get mad because they aren't like of that status. They are well recognized and they are like, yeah, you're doing a good job. They get the thumbs up from Rec Room, but they're not of the staff or of the of any actual departments. Groups that are recognized by Rec Room and get the thumbs up, but they're not like part of Rec Room. So let me play a video from 10 or a year ago where they announced 2.0 or RecCon 2022, which was it was last year. It was the black hoodie and stuff, and that was the last year's RecCon. So let me play that and let me tell you about what's changed because it's kind of a stark change. And they haven't made Rec Room hasn't made a trailer for this. When that comes in, I'll probably dive in on that myself. And then I will make a RecCon video like I did last year, which is also what I'm about to pull up soon. Like if you see right up there, I'm going to pull that one up soon, as well as a couple other examples.
In this event, this year, we want to make it bigger and better.
RecCon will run September 24th through the 26th, and we cannot wait to see you all there.
That was around the time
There's
this one is going to
panels,
be.
parties, special
kinda,
events, and an expo full of booths from the Rec Room community.
This time, let me have that go. Let me have that be repeated.
There's going to be panels, parties, special events, and an expo.
Official events. Okay, let that one sink in. They had official events last year. They had official events. They've also always had player-led events, like community-led events that you can apply and find out if you're eligible for as well. Official events, parties, and all that stuff.
Full of booths from the Rec Room community.
Booths are also being worked on right now by people. That's always been a no-brainer, and they're gonna still have that little booth alley and stuff.
And this time, you're gonna get into the panel you wanted to see. We have some exciting new tech that makes RecCon events accessible to a lot more people.
What that person was talking about was the broadcasting thing, which is what we've been using as well. And let's just say that was also used in RecCon in 2.0, and that allowed people to get into the events and be in the events even past the base player limit of a room, which it was great, and now they're going to put it to waste. So
the applications for panels, special events, booths, and official souvenir inventions.
The link is in the description. Keep an eye on our social medias for more information when it's available.
We're so excited to share another RecCon with you all.
Let's make this year another memorable one.
So, okay, so there's a lot of things that did change, and there's a lot of people in the department did get swapped out. Mainly one person I think actually I now admire for what she did. Granted, she still has involvement. It's just somebody else is like having a higher authority or taking taking lead. Another chief of events or something. And that person right over there being Mom Monkey right over there, which great person, did a lot of stuff. Did the arts festival, which I loved. I know is not coming back ever again. It's sad. It's very sad because that was a huge creative and community-based event. Let me also talk to you about the big part, which is what's going on right now. So this was a video that we did, me and my friend Alex right there. We were both using the broadcasting system, but way before we got approved for broadcasting, we were allowed to have the ability to broadcast around the instances. This was a creators conference. It was right before it was a year ago. Okay, so it was right before RecCon itself, and we were just able to like give a press conference or so, or a kind of like a speech for just teaching people about how to make things as a beginner in Rec Room, how to manage yourself and how to organize a group and all that stuff. And that was amazing. We killed it. We did it again in RecCon. We killed it again. There was people that came in and watched. It was fun. And now we have this. So now this is more of an in-depth of like, you can definitely see. I was going to go over and go use my own video, which has all those panels and booths and not booths, panels and events over there, right around over there. And there's a lot more that you can see. But my camera is covering it. So we're going to look at this one. So it was just, there's just a lot of events that people created right over there. And all of these were music stuff, video parts. Sentient living organism thing was great. I went to see that. And all of these were like they were made by people. And you can see even there's some video partners. Here's where I will say I will draw the line. if I so much as see anything close to video partners as well, not that I hate them, but they are content creators. They're not part of Rec Room. They're making a bunch of videos, and Rec Room is recognizing them and give more light to the game, which is probably how Rec Room like blew up. If you even look up Rec Room horror, like it's just a huge thing. Music events, that was crazy. That was great. I honestly think those were awesome. And then we also had our own events too. We had another speech event, and we had another speech event. So that was RecCon last year. There was so many events. There was a variety to pick from, and they had that new tech. And now we're here. Now we are here. So the reason I'm making this is because a Rec Room official who does the events, who I have mad respect for because she helped us with faults in our event. So I'm not targeting that into this. This is more of like direct feedback straight down the pipe, straight down the line into Rec Room itself. Not necessarily towards anyone. Let me find it. Let me find the message. So this is where we are right now, and currently, I'm just blurring some of the names and stuff for just friendly reasons. And this is the RecCon. This is the RecCon server, the RecCon server. And right now it's being moved over to the official Rec Room server, which is fine. That makes so much sense to just have it in there and keep it organized and such. Well, there is a message in here, right there, from one of the people that works in Rec Room. And if you're in the server, then you'll know the message. I don't really know why I had to censor who the person who sent it, but just out of respect, because I do respect the person who made the message. They helped us out with our own broadcasted events that we made ourselves. And I quote from her, though: "There will only be official RecCon events created by Rec Room employees." So let's keep that term in mind. Rec Room employees. Booths are open to everyone, probably a select few because they can only fit so much, and in certain categories too, because they had categories for Artist Alley or categories for the clubs and such. It'll be open to everyone as long as you follow the booth rules and make a quality booth. Make a quality booth, okay? Let's get that down. Not everybody can build, but and not everybody can pass a quality check if whatever quality standards they hold you up to. But let's highlight the one. There will only be official RecCon events created by Rec Room employees. Only those. So no more of the community led stuff. It's only exclusive to employees. So the only thing that people are getting hyped up about is making these booths right now that you're seeing up here. They're all making wonderful booths. I don't think I even say that that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool as well. They're making wonderful booths, but that's pretty much about it. Throwing away all of that, all of the great events that people could host, and only limiting it to this, which is not a problem at all. Like little baubles, odds and ends. I don't think they're counting in souvenir stuff, but they got a bunch of booths about people, about creators, most likely, and usually, and can put all your booths and all your flashy stuff that you've made. It's basically only a showcase for what you've done. And that's pretty much the only thing that's in there. is booths. So far, it's the only thing we know. Granted, we have to go through August. Maybe we'll see something, but this is the way they start us off. This is the way they start us off in retcon, is only saying that there will be booths and that there will only be booths. Nobody is going to be making events, and we were making an event too. We were gonna, host an event and do another speech. We were led to believe that, and now that's off. I had written one. So then let's talk. So now let's talk about why this matters at all, because this video is kind of a little bit dragged out, and I'll admit it's kind of dragged out, but it also has a huge meaning behind it about why I'm even talking about this. And it starts with long time ago, back kind of maybe when I started. I definitely saw Rec Room more as a community thing rather than an exclusive game, a very exclusive game. It's definitely not the same as it was then. It's definitely different now, but it's not for the best. Now, coming to here from the biggest creative event in Rec Room that they've hosted consecutively since I've started, taking away the biggest thing that players can use to, one, make themselves a little bit more bigger in the scene of Rec Room, the most attended event in Rec Room, because everybody goes to it. It has taken away the events that players can make themselves. If they're eligible for it, they have to apply for it, obviously. It's not even like, an exclusive set of people or first come, first serve. It's just nobody can do it. And I have to see where they stand with what they meant by only official employees. If that only means only official employees, it's anybody who is involved in Rec Room in an official way where they can actually change the game, or they represent Rec Room. Nothing as far as any outside stuff where I make videos on Rec Room or I am a top creator. None of that. So I will be probably making a follow-up video on RecCon after, as well as a great video, because RecCon really is a great time. Still, a lot of people come around, just everybody goes to it. Now, not everybody can be involved in it directly. It takes a whole huge margin of what made RecCon a great event to go to away. There's one huge comment I want to highlight, which I feel makes a lot of sense, and it makes a really, really huge sense, kind of like what I'm saying right now. So it was made by this person, and their quote is, "Yeah, I know, I just saw it. I think it's a bad idea to take away the community from a game that's supposed to be all about community," which is what I was saying as well. So therefore, I'm not the only one that has this idea as well, that something is going to be taken away from a big, huge event, and it's the community. It's you. Because Rec Room has always been about what you make or what you do, and taking it away and making an exclusivity to only the employees, which in all reality, it's their choice. I can definitely tell that it's just their choice. I shouldn't be happy about it, of course, and I am not, but it's also their game. It's their game. But then again, it's not bad for me to be having this voice and this opinion, because one, I've played it for a while, so I have mad respect and knowledge for this game, but yet I'm also tarnishing it at the same time for being kind of stupid for taking such a important aspect about what made the game and seeing people like you do big things and then saying, "Oh wow, I can do that too," and now that's gone. That was the big spotlight, and the biggest place to do it is at RecCon, where everybody was there. That's all I wanted to do. What a big, huge dump on you guys, but I will be giving an update after the retcon. So you won't be seeing anything about this for 2 months. 2 months if I'm so sure, because in September 10th is when these booths are due, and I'm so sure that that will be when retcon rolls around. Until then, I will look forward to updating on this, and I will look forward to retcon still, because I want to see if they make the right moves, because you never know. Retcon could pull a W for Rec Room, or they could just take a massive node dive. And I think I think Rec Room can do better maybe next year. But yeah, that's it. Take care.